He reached over and pulled back the throttle. The boat was still in the water. We had laughed and talked, and the engine had roared the whole way out. Now everything went silent. We hesitated for a second before devouring each other. His open mouth engulfed my face in much the same way as his hand had taken mine when the evening was young. We groped and kissed and grasped each other. It was desperate and violent. We'd hardly begun. Clothes began to fly around the boat. He arranged the cushions on the floor so that there was enough space for even all 6'3" of him. He took off his pants. Okay, he had on those tiny bikini underpants that you would think cliché Italians should wear. They do. His cock was gigantic. He bit me hard, shoved me to the floor, and joined me, kissing me, running his thick fingers down my spine, under my ass, and between my legs, resting inside my cunt for a moment, touring the folds, and then jogging down to my knee. I was wriggling. There had been hours of foreplay, and I wanted him, all of him, inside me. The boat rocked beneath us, and I split further with every thrust and roll. He stood up and lifted me hard onto his partner, much the way you'd hoist a child onto a horse. Snug and secure, we swayed ever so gently, feeling the pitch of the boat and the message of my cunt. He steered us both so perfectly. He wedged his fingers down between my legs and rubbed deliberately on my clit. Pressure around and release, pressure as he held me with one hand beneath my bottom. I ceased to be amazed at his Herculean strength. Vieni, I screamed into the clear sky, and it became purple. It caused my cunt to bear down on that huge, great cock. We were competing for contractions and throbbed at each other. Exhausted, we collapsed. Moonlight poured down and warmed us. Can you drive us back? I'll show you the way, he said. Dappled heaven light caught the silver trim and shot sparks into my sleepy eyes. I drove carefully. My co-pilot hugged me. Even though I was the best driver on the Grand Canal, he kept saying that. The crazy Venice police still stopped us 3 times on the trip back. It was because you're so beautiful and they want to talk to you. The police love beautiful women late at night. So. Home safe, it took me 2 tries to dock the damn boat, but I persisted. One hand yanked me up out of the boat and into the bedroom. The bedroom on the top floor, glass covered high above the city of Venice, red roofs, long marble church steps, and on the table next to the bed was a plate of figs and peaches. These are the last of the season. We should eat them all. He broke open a purple fig, the leather skin split to reveal a mélange of crimson, rose, and salmon, all folded and ringed with seeds. The soft center pushed up and away with the pressure of his 2 thumbs. He moved the delicacy toward me. I tilted my head and let it all in, running it around my gums to the back of my tongue before swallowing. In Italian, the slang for vagina is fig. The metaphor was not lost on me. We sat naked, eating the ripest fruit, dripping juices of all sorts, and talking as though we'd been together for eons. We lay back in each other's arms to sleep, but as soon as breast hit hard chest, the restless night began again. The kisses were deeper now, full of sighs and sweetness, the urgency exercised in the ritual of the sea, and we tongued and cooed. He slid down my body, kissing every part. Just one more most perfect fig, he said. His thumb and forefingers opened my cunt and held back the lips the same way he'd offered me the first morning fig. Then my mind went blank as the oxygen was sucked away from me by his huge soft mouth. No first licks, no touches, just his wet inner lips locked onto mine. Mouth to cunt, he sucked every fold, the standing ridges, the helpless clit, all into his mouth at once. He rolled and kissed and swayed and placed his hand under my ass to deliver the meal. Short blasts of orgasm came out of me, sparks and light like a summer storm. My lights flashed on and off, my ears throbbed, hot, sick sensation. He felt every jolt, and I sensed his electrocution. He released his suction hold and moved his tongue around my cunt wildly. A silver disc shot from a pinball machine, up through the mazes, hitting all the stops, ringing the bells, and holding that damn machine, shaking it so that the ball tours and hits again, the clanging, the ringing, the jangling. It was almost more than I could bear. He finished the game by running his finger up and down my cunt, sucking and kissing more violently, and at last, the last minute, he put his fingers up inside me and into my asshole. The gong hit, the stars fell from the sky, and as I opened my mouth to scream, he stuffed the heel of the other hand between my teeth. I wrapped into a ball, and he tucked himself into the edges. Bright morning came with latte, brioches on the table where the figs had been. We gazed at each other with big moon eyes, ate, showered, and dressed. We must keep in touch. He said, as we parted at the Grand Canal. My friends were at our table for morning coffee. Was I a ghost? They looked at me as if I walked across the Grand Canal buoyed by some mystical power. We didn't think you'd make the train to Paris. As a matter of fact, we had doubts we'd ever see you in New York again. He had to go to Milano for business. I have to meet people in Paris. Hey, you guys, it's late. Grab your bags.